it's been so cold, I haven't been doing much vlogging or going out and having anything going on, so I thought I'd quickly update you on what's going on in here and the plans. Hi Chief. So because I always intend to have more Savannahs, this van is going to pass its test and be a long-term vehicle, and we have all this open space like going available, I thought, right, it was always going to have two bunks, one cat bunk, one me bunk here. Now what I'm going to be doing now regarding furniture, hello sweetheart, the top of this cracked. I dropped it down the steps the other day, and as you're very much aware, the width of it is so wide, it's and then putting the chair here, I can't get in and out and everything, and also the height of that is I can't get underneath when I'm sat on the wicker chairs, whereas this new one, or this style of dressing table, the height is right. You see there's no drawer there, so I can sit underneath well, the chair's okay, and that's what I'm going to replace it with. So instead of having one of these with just drawers middle and nothing else on the side, I'm going to get the full length one with drawers either side. Obviously these drawers aren't solid wood, they're not going to be fabulous, but they're make do for now. I'll obviously get this desk inside, and this will be my desk in the bungalow mainly once that's all emptied out and everything, to keep all my sort of paperwork and things stored in. So the new desk coming will be going a lot longer, so it will go from here to about here where the chair is, so it's a lot longer desk. Then on this section here, I'm hoping to fit in an old bookcase that is coming. I'm hoping that'll fit in now. I know it fits underneath. It's all going to be down to dimensions here, because here I'm just waiting for two tables to come. Now the idea of having these two tables is that they're going to be the height of the bed, so it'd be like an L-shaped sofa bed, and I've got a couple of caravan cushions that can sit on top with a back, so there'd be another seat there. So even if the dressing table comes up to this, I've got two choices. Sorry, the bookcase is going to be next to it, dressing table's going up that way. So even though the bookcase is going to be close to those tables, there will actually be an opportunity, because this is a 7-foot wide lorry, to have somebody to sleep with my feet and their feet together if need be, as an emergency. Obviously it's not going to happen, it's going to be more of a sitting place for me to sit on, or if I want to sleep that way round. It's only going to be 2 foot wide, so it's not going to be very wide at all, and the tables are only inches deep. But those two tables, we'll put a seat there. I've got the cushions, that'd be nice. Now obviously that means doorway and everything else, well that's not going to happen for ages anyway, and the whole point is to actually have the shop going out there. So I'm going to box all this in, have this table here, and what happened is when the doors are open, those two tables will be able to move to the outside of here when the doors are open on the ramp, so they'll be on display and the drums will be hanging up outside. So the veranda would be like a display place for drums and the shop, and you know, people to come up the ramp and everything later on. And those two tables can go outside to be tables, or then at other times it's going to be a seat come bed space. So we'll have the seating area, bookcase there, dressing table there all the way along. This is my storage for my shop bits as well, or things on show. And also by moving those tables out of the way, people can walk in and come and see. Now I did have the idea of putting a Welsh dresser here, I've just seen one, but this dressing table's coming right now, so I can't afford anything else. But that may be something for the future, but right now I'm quite happy with that. Now obviously this furniture changes all the time, you know, it is what it is, and I've got to work with what I can afford. But what we're going to be doing, which is more importantly regarding the cats, she's going to be quiet for a minute, I think she wants to go out. Here's just come on. This top bunk is now going to be a bit different. It's still going to be the top bunk for the cats, but I'm going to put a front on it like I had a cattery before. So it's going to have a mesh front, openable door, still be used as storage if need be, but it's going to be so the cats can be shut in and have their own cattery space. This end will have a cat flap, okay, and there'll be a walk-through, a walk-in board all the way across the top of there, okay, so the cats can walk across the top of the doorway. This is going to basically could be a whole doorway. I'd have to sort of duck to get in and out. It's going to be a small doorway, and all framed and everything. So the cats have got a walk-in top bit across there, and then they can jump down onto the windowsill and everything else to go across here and onto the table and everything. So that gets them out of there. I'm also hoping to have, if I move this closer away a minute, an extra drop down square here, because obviously my head's that end, a drop down square here which they can walk down from there and jump down. That'll be an extra bed space or a litter tray space. That will get the litter tray out of the way and give me a bit more space in my toilet. Now obviously when the doors are open to the outside, they will have a grill to the outside, fresh air coming in and out, so there's air coming through, especially in the summer. The cats are enclosed, and at the top they hopefully have a perspex window or something so they can see out, so people can see and they can see out. Doors are open and cats can be seen and so on. So that means there's going to be an extra square here. Obviously I'm not going to bang my head on it, which would then tie in with the shop counter, which will be removable. So a high shop counter going across here above the seats, can be on display as well. I have a shop counter there, so people stop coming in, but also I can serve from this section, so people will come up onto the balcony, onto the veranda should I say, and they can be served here. That then means if I got in the summer when these doors are down and the fronts are open, I don't have to watch the cats. I can put the cats in out the way and they can be enclosed in this. And also if I get another kitten and things like that, Savannah kittens, things like that, which I would love to have later on, but I'm thinking long term, there is an enclosed space for that kitten and to have the litter tray and everything. That then means this box here, I wanted the TV on there, this box here then means I can have a board which is a bit closer for me to see with my bad eyesight. I can put the TV on or hang on my iPad, so I can watch TV from there. It will obviously come to this split section here, which should be in line with the countertop or something. Don't know yet, we'll see how that works. And then I've got my foot space. It will only come to here, so then from this section here, I've still got all this bit here to get into bed. That'd be warm and cosy. It will all be sort of blocked off from the wind and everything when the ramp's up, because this will be boarded. My end of my bed will be boarded, so there's no drafts coming in this section of my bed, so that's going to be warm and cosy. This section, different matter altogether. But you know, I think I'm going to work with what I've got. You know, money wise I can't do anything else. We've got to sort of go with what we got, so we're going to just leave. We're not going to worry about doors and that. It'd be more of a little cubby hole door, and it'd be a handmade door if need be, and we'll make use of the ramp that's there, because that's the whole point, to actually have that as a display and a talking space. Loving these boxes, so there'd be room for these boxes to carry on along if need be, or leave it as a space. And then obviously up here I'll have my shamanic sacred things like my cat skin and everything else like that. I think now had the Welsh dresser go in, there's a lovely just 30-inch Welsh dresser, would have gone in there lovely. Now that would have been really nice, but then I can't then fit in the desk and these tables, and it's another 35 quid I can't afford right now, to be honest. So you know, I've got to really put the money towards, move me Aaron, towards this. What are you doing? You going out? Yes, okay, I'm coming. You good girl asking to go out. The problem with having the van and the cats is the door's got to be open all the time. This door is wedged open. Let me show you what I do. Hang on to here. I have a lead which hooks onto that handle. Excuse the state of the place, okay? And that means the door is left ajar. And that's how I live. So even if I've got the diesel heater going, it's obviously going to be cold in here. So then on this to stop the wind blowing it, I have a hook on there which hooks on the handle, so that stops the door going either way. So that is how the door is left, even in this cold weather. So so yes, it can be freezing outside and it's going to be freezing inside as well, because the cats need to have access, especially when I'm at bungalow. Obviously when I'm somewhere else they're stuck in or they're tethered outside, we've got the door open then. But so this is why this door is so important. So they come and go, and I leave the teddy bear there so they can come and get in if need be. Even with that door ajar like that, this temperature still goes up to a nice 19-20 degrees with a diesel heater, and I'm actually struggling with the heat, so it's nice to have the fresh air as well. So that works fine. And then obviously if I open the door up fully, then we get a bit more air going through. It just takes the chill off really, but we're coping fine. The cat's had a bit of sunshine this morning as they've been sat on the blankets here. It's a mess at the moment. I need to tidy up. I'm just about to wash up. But this is the problem of being at the bungalow. I have the door open and the cats are free running. So it was like sort of 5 degrees C this morning, and I had the door open as soon as they go out, like sort of 6 o'clock in the morning, and that's left like that. Even they come in and warm their paws up, as you saw then, she'll just keep crying and want it open all the time. If I'm going to jump into bed under the duvet and everything, I don't want to keep sort of getting my toes cold. So basically I'm so happy. That is such a lovely secure little area that stays warm. You see I've moved the curtains to this end so they can be drawn across, which helps keep some of the chill in as well. So that gets drawn across, so they come in through the gap there. They'll come in through here, and you've got a bit of protection here. I'm working in, I'm cooking on this side, which is so helpful. And then when the other dressing table comes, I'll be able to sit and paint in front of the fire, because obviously I have a knee hole desk that I can fit back underneath. Yeah, look, she's back in again. Look, how do I shut that? What? I'm not coming with you. I am not coming with you. She wants to go in the bungalow. She wants me to do things. She wants me to go with her. And I haven't walked a day with you yet, have I? No. You've got it in the cold. Want dinner? Is it dinner time? Your bowl's empty. Right, so I'm going to feed these. I just thought I'd quickly do a little vlog just to sort of update what's going on. I've been busy putting pendants together and detangling necklaces and everything from my stock and trying to get ready for next year. And like I say, the build's got to be done. I'll probably need a bit more CLS now, but I can't do this. I can't spend on this really until we've got this MOT work done with Ian, and also we've got to be rewired now and everything. So I've got to hold fire here a little bit, but I'm just trying to make sure I get the furniture right and get the layout right. But this is going to be nice to actually have an L-shaped sofa bed going around there, so the cats will also have somewhere to sit. I'll be able to sit on the end as well. So we'll see how that works next. Ever changing. So there's the little tables. Obviously I've got to cut that floor to shape yet, and they're the perfect height for the bed. There's the nice old bookcase, matches all nicely. So these are caravan cushions I've had for absolute yonks. All the different cats have been on them, so I'm just hoping this will be the right width to make a seat come bed out of these. Oh, let's see if they fit. Obviously once we've got all the wood dividers in and the CLS in and everything, it will be, oh look at this, it will be done a bit better. So there's the seat bit and there's the back bit. Hoping that'll go behind there. Let's move all this out the way. See what we can do. Doing this on the fly here, so apologies for the chaos. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. So there we go. We have a L-shaped settee bed room, which is a lot better. And actually, that is the right height then to actually have the desktop on, the serving hatch on, as I say. So I'd basically have a window, serving hatch, and yet it can all be removed and pushed out the way if need be. But people can come up to the ramp, have a look in if the ramp's just open. There you go, the cats have got somewhere to sleep. That couldn't have fitted better, and obviously like I said, I've got to get the CLS in, the framework up and down there to get the over roof bit, the cattery coming out, extending that out and going over the top. And it looks like I might just end up with a like a miniature stable door. So I've got the window that will open out or take off, and a door hatch, so there isn't an emergency exit there. But that saves messing about with the old door and everything, because that's a lot much more space. Now that dot there is where the dressing table comes, so this has got to be pushed up enough to get into there, which it will do, because obviously the tables are way back there. So that's got to be played with, I'll say, once I've done the floor. But you get the idea. That's not too wide at all. I can put another box, one of these brown boxes over here, so that all looks uniform. So you've got a nice bit of display stuff. If people have got to come in, to the front, come in and have a look at the shop items and come and sit down, let's test this out. See if it goes any, oh, that's a lot better space. And obviously I can send the heater to this corner as well, and the cats will be happy. And we're stopping the draft coming down to this bottom bit as well. So that chair will go under the dressing table. So I've now got to get this desk out. Tomorrow's going to be taking this desk out, ready for the other dressing table to come in, which would be a lot narrower, a lot smarter. Well, like I say, it may not be as strong in the drawers, but as long as I can sit at it to do my artwork and my crafting, that is the plan. So yeah, we're getting there slowly. So this little rug fits perfectly there, and then we can have the fluffy runner going through the kitchen. Keep my feet warm now, I think, or it might fit in here. But what's that, Chief? Hey, you got a chair. I've got to find somewhere to put these boxes now. I'm just figuring out if I can turn the toilet around so the toilet goes the way around, and have them in the corner, going like a cupboard upwards. But yes, I'm really liking this. I've actually got like a, see, everything happens for reasons. That this build and the plan has been delayed for so long. Little things, eh? Alright, darling, what's this? It's your chair. Come and see, this is cosy. Up here. Come see. What's that? That's a lot warmer, isn't it? Yeah. That can be good. Hey? This gonna be good, yeah. What's that then? What's that then? Good girl. You playing? You playing? Good girl. You're not in your chair. Clever girl. Right, just having a bit of a sprinkling and tidy up, ready for the next bit of removals. Just at the pram inside the bungalow as well. So we've got a bit more space. I've got visitors today, so a bit easier to walk around the pram. I'll tell you what, the bungalow is actually, every single room's got something in it now. Getting ready for this. Cats are busy out there. Right, so I've just washed up. So as you can see, going through here now, I'm going to get the idea of layout. The dressing table is going to be coming in a minute, or later on today, which should go all the way along here. So I have the dressing table, then the bookcase, and at the moment I've got these two little tables underneath the cushions, which will be the seat at the end. Obviously that's all removable, that can all come out, the door can open and everything else like that to get things in. And then obviously we'll rebuild all the bed and everything later, but it's just making do at the moment. I think I've probably got to push this down a tiny bit, but I'm hoping the dressing table, there's my marker, there's my marker. So I've just got to go down a couple of inches, which is plenty of room. I've just got the cushions a bit forward at the moment. So yeah, another little buy from the local charity shop to get a longer pine dressing table in here. And hopefully that's also coming with a stool, one of those proper little stools that pushes underneath, so hopefully that'd be a bit easier to sit at and not have so much chairs and everything going into the hallway. I've took the wicker chair back in the bungalow, so I've got one out there which is plenty of room for that, so I can obviously chop and change whatever chair I need, or put it where I need to. I turned the toilet litter tray around yesterday, so again, just at the moment, just trying to get a bit more room for the cats as well, and to keep that litter out the way. I've changed it back to wood pellet cat litter because that white stuff was getting everywhere. So they lost their loo for a bit and they took a bit while to find it. That may stay that way around, I'm not sure yet. Hopefully it will, but the only problem with that is obviously I'm more out here, but I'll probably have to put a door on it at some point if I'm going to be doing this. But then if I do put a door on it and I open it out this way, then obviously that will give me the barricade between any open door there, and I've got a door here, so I'll actually have more space to change and things as well. So this will be my changing area in the actual hallway bit as well. So, and obviously that's also giving me the space now to, I know it's only just hanging on there on the bit of cardboard, but I can put a hanging rail at the back now to put hanging clothes on, which I never had. It was all in the way here in my face before. So obviously I can put poles and that there later when I build the toilet cabinet out. At the moment we've got a lovely curtain to go across that. So I'm still liking this. You can see I've been putting my cooker over this side, give me a bit more space to cook on and to boil the electric kettle at the moment because I'm plugged in. And the idea is, like I say, is to build upwards from here going up to give me a bit of shelf storage for tins and things and spices over here at the moment. And then at some point we'll have a wall cupboard here. The idea with the kitchen, like I was saying before, is to tear this out in the future and extend it out properly so that it comes out more of a square with a curve on the corner there so we don't cut ourselves, and put an actual built-in hob on the top of that, one of my three-way triangle hobs that I love. And if I can get that on here lovely and move the sink over, hopefully that'll work, especially if I've still got a tabletop to work on and things like that. So that'll just be sink and cooker, and I can also put like that board over the top of the sink that people do, so you've got a work surface. Obviously all that will be done when all this is done. This is like way future time to do here, but this little kitchen unit, play area is working very, very well. Doors working great to keep us secure, and as I say, it's a nice place to sit when in sunnier days, so I can sit and paint here. And then at the moment when the dressing table's in here, I can go back in there and be in the warm when the diesel heater's working. Also hoping to have a couple of little notches. I'll probably put a stand here but not have it enclosed off, if that makes sense. A post here, then I can have a couple of notches to balance a tabletop on top of that for a serving shelf if I am just going to have people coming in and paying money and coming up on the top and having the outside bit. So, or just a barricade with people to walk up the ramp and not come any further, so I can actually stop at a tabletop here. It can just be wedged on there, just be sat on there, non-fixed, so that doesn't affect anything. And then people can come and get leaflets, come and chat to me, so they can come up this far, and then they'll be able to then see the whole of the van from the back door this side, and then also coming in the front, they can come and see in there. And if the cats are tethered or they have their fully enclosed cattery up on that top bit, the cats can watch them and be seen as well. So it's just forward thinking and sort of getting the plans right. As you can see here, it's bodge job insulation. It doesn't quite meet, but you know, this is going to be clad over, was it clad? What you've got the tongue and groove over at the end of the day. So a little bit of ply to cut in there and in here and all around the windows, but it's a lot better than what it was. I've got to do the same this side. So whether or not I, replace this at some point, and apply it, unscrew this and do it at one big complete piece of ply there later when I can afford it, it's probably the best bet. But right now, obviously, we've got to run with what we got. And again, with the floor, because the offcuts of ply have left a crack going down there and all the rubbish is going in it, there will be another bit of flooring on top of this, probably lino first and then fluffy rugs and things, and we'll just stop with the bits and rubbish and everything going everywhere. The cats are just having a bit of a mad moment. They just come into play, and obviously they can see there's a bit more space, so they're going crazy. It's only like 8 degrees in here. I'm not going to turn the diesel heater on because I'm worried about the fuel amount. But I'll get back under the duvets in a bit. I'm just waiting for some bits to be delivered. The amount of weight I've just taken out with that huge desk, with it being solid wood, is ridiculous. And all the drawers are full of stuff, so as I bring stuff back in again, I've got to make sure I only bring in the bits I need. Because obviously I had a lot of my stuff was like all my worldly goods, and I was going to live full time in the big HGV, and now I moved everything into it from the bungalow. But obviously at the moment I'm going to just try and have this as a seasonal van, as you know, you load up and have what you need and things like that. You good babies, yeah, you good babies. You playing? It's lovely when they play together. They've been out all morning. It's 11 o'clock now. They go out about 7 or 8, and then obviously they've had their walk about and explore, and it's a bit colder. They're coming in to appreciate the van. Hello. At least they're enjoying this extra bit of seating. It's made a difference. Spirit slept on it last night. She sleeps in bed with me when it's cold. She starts up on the top bed on the top bunk and then comes down to me and cuddles up under the duvet when the temperature drops a bit more. And Spirit will either sleep in the pram or he has slept on this, and then he'll come and let us know when it's time to get the food out or go out in the morning. He likes to actually wait by the door to go outside the toilet, but obviously when it's really cold I don't want to keep going up and down in the sort of night, then he uses the litter tray. But they're very good. They want to sort of go outside to use the litter tray, but they'll also use the tray inside, which is what I obviously want them to do, because it's sort of a bit of a pain and more expensive. It's just greening, and obviously they've got to learn to do that if they're shut in the van or anywhere else. Mischief just sort of yowled quite loudly when she wants to go out and go for walks and whatever, so I tend to sit all day with them with the door open, so they come and go as they want to. And then come like sort of 3:30 when it's getting dark, then they know that's door shut time, and she'll moan but they accept it. So I've got to make sure they've got a space to play, and she'll moan and know it's play time and sort of keep nagging me and yelling at me until I actually sort of get the toys out and play with them, so they know that's part of the evening routine. And if I forget, then I get a mouthful of it, and then I tend to forget they need feeding again in the evening as well or something. What the hell are they moaning at? Telling her she's got to go to the toilet inside, then the playtime and everything, and then I realise that I haven't fed them. So I say it's just routine and remembering things. They soon let you know if you've forgotten anything. But they're happy cats. I mean, it's lovely. I can't wait to have all the different sections in the van sorted, so they can sort of do a high play as well and run around. That's her going straight onto a wheel. Look, she loves to go and have a mad moment, go on the wheel. Spirit's not worried about the wheel. He doesn't need it. He'll go and a bit of exercise outside, and whereas Mischief really just need to have that activity going on. Good girl, yay! Good girl. I love these cats. Love it when I can have more, but because it's not practical to have more at the moment, and also, this is enough to handle. Nobody's missing out on any walks and that when I take them out or anything, because I can take both out at a time. What a good girl. What a good girl, good boy. What's your lot? Go underneath the bed. I've just been and put a load of storage stuff underneath for storage. They usually play under the bed. They're still determined to claim some of that space. We'll sort it out. It's good to see them play together. Right, I'll leave them. You with that? That's enough for now. What are you doing? Catch you later. So it's just arrived and it fits perfectly. It actually is much better than I thought it'd be. I thought they'd be quite flimsy jaws, but they seem to be quite substantial actually. So very impressed with that. Obviously the mirror will not be on there loose like that. I'll probably try and, actually the mirror could go on the wall, but I'm just putting it together and showing you. So there we go. It's a much better fit against the, push that back a bit, so it actually fits in where it should fit. A much longer space, much wider space in between, which will allow me to put the CLS in front of that bed and get that fitted properly. You can see the chair situation sorts better. Just enough space to fit the bookcase in against it, and the cushions and the tables here that I'm making, obviously supporting the cushions there. And it then makes it a nice little area. That is so nice. So happy with that. Cats enjoy going up and down that as well. And even the stools there, the lid needs screwing to the base, but it's all fine. It's all nice and chunky, fits lovely. I'm just very impressed with that. A little bit of a scrape on the corner, quite a few scrapes. I'm not worried about scrapes, obviously. It's nice and rugged, and I say much better than I thought it'd be. And even this back bit really sets it off. I think that's a lot better than my desk, to be fair. So yes, very happy with that. And it's longer. What do you think, babies? Happy? There we go, that's lovely.